Hey guys, I'm BTC. This is the Mindcrack server. Earlier this week, I was talking about some kind of heavy topics. So since it's Friday, I am going to talk about a lighter topic. And also this will be the last episode of caving, because I actually have a decent amount of iron now. Let me get rid of this junk. Get rid of that. Do I want the string? No. Get rid of it. Gunpowder. Junk. Alright, so the topic will be... What was the question? Oh, it is, why did you get into map making? Alright, so... I have always wanted to make video games. Like when I was a kid, that was like the dream job. And I used to actually make, like design art and stuff and make levels and all that sort of stuff for video games. And I would actually create, fake instruction booklets. Like if you ever owned a Nintendo way back in the day, you would know that they had these little kind of rectangular instruction booklets, and those booklets had a lot of info about the game, and they were all set up in pretty much the same standard way that Nintendo required. And I would basically make those little booklets for the games that I wanted to see. So I believe I made a couple for Zelda, like different Zelda games. I was a big fan of Zelda, which I'm sure MC Gamer will be thrilled to hear back in the day. So I would go so far as I would even, redraw the cover, no, like the inside cover that had the warranty information. Like I would rewrite it word for word, and then I would draw the little Nintendo seal of approval. I don't know if they still use that, the Nintendo seal of approval. I haven't owned a Nintendo system since the N64, which is actually kind of sad, because I was one of the biggest fans of Nintendo, and I defended Nintendo's honor against all the people who played Sega Genesis and what have you. And anyways, yeah, so I haven't played Nintendo in a long time. So I would make these booklets, and I would draw up maps and all this other stuff, and I would send it to Nintendo. And it's funny because they would often they would always respond. And I remember, at least on one occasion, they said, thank you for sending us this, but we would prefer if you sent us something that was just ideas and suggestions rather than entire games. So, yeah, because I mean, like, some of the... Oh, he dropped a carrot? Because some of the stuff I would send them would be, like, entire, like, huge booklets and stuff. Like, lots, like, a portfolio for the next Zelda game with my terrible drawing and stuff like that, so... That's what I would send them. So the point I was trying to make about that was, I've been wanting to make video games for a very, very long time, and I've always had some level of creativity in me, although my ability to draw and what have you is not that good. I did get a little into programming when I was in school, and I did make some simple kind of text-based games in when I was doing my C++ and Visual Basic and stuff like that. And then when I found Minecraft, there really wasn't any custom maps at the time. You know, there was you know, a couple here and there, and some of the other people, like Ars Malik, had already started making some maps, but map making was very much in infancy at the time. I'm trying to remember what custom maps I played. Oh, that guy's got a magic bow. What were the maps that I played? I can't remember. It's been a long time. What was it? I can't really remember. Well, I can tell you this, though. Oh, the map that got me into actually map making, the one that made me say, hey, I can do this, was the Redmark Mystery. And it's a very old map, and it doesn't have a lot of... It's like... I don't think it's been updated since 1.1, so it's been a long time. And it was made by a guy named... I think his handle is Billiard Ball. And that map was incredibly good. Like, really, really good. For its time, it was... Well, the structures were massive. And stuff like that really hadn't been done yet for custom maps. Or at least to my knowledge. And I thought it was just amazing. And I was like, wow, that is a great map. But, you know, some people, they say, oh, were you influenced by Vex? I didn't even know Vex existed at the time. And I know people think he has really hard maps, but if you think he has hard maps, all I would suggest is try playing Alucard, which is something that my build team and I made. And you will... I think Alucard is easily the hardest map ever made, hands down. It's just brutally difficult, and it doesn't use stupid stuff like, oh, you fell in lava, so you lost your stuff, ha ha ha. It's really difficult because not only are the mobs hard, but you also have to fight against a timer. And you have to constantly fight against that timer while looking for Enderman and yada yada. So anyways, it's a good map. Go check it out. I played the Redmark Mystery. It was a ton of fun. I messaged the guy and I said, how did you make such massive structures? And he told me about a program called MC Edit. And I was like, oh. So I went and downloaded the program. And the first time I played it, used it, it was like an early version of MC Edit. I could not get that thing to work, like, at all. And I was just frustrated with it. And I'm like, forget it. Like, I tried it for like 10 minutes. I couldn't get it to work. I'm like, all right, whatever. And I just deleted it, uninstalled / deleted it off my computer, and that was it. And I was determined to then make my own story, make my own map. And what I did was, what did I use to? Oh, actually, no. That's right. I remember what happened. So I was discouraged by the fact that I couldn't get it to work, and that's right. I didn't start making maps right away because I couldn't get it to work. So what I did was I just kept playing, and I was messing around in my single player world, and, you know, just kind of derping, doing the regular Minecraft stuff. And then I saw that in an upcoming patch was going to be pistons. And I thought, okay, pistons will actually let me do these really cool, effects where I can hide doors behind walls and not just have, a stupid wooden door or a metal door. where someone had to go and find a lever and put it on there. I didn't like that at all. I thought it was dumb, and it to me wasn't like an actual adventure. It was Minecraft. And that's the thing. Some people get frustrated with my maps because they can't figure out the puzzles. And the puzzles in my maps are really quite simple, but you have to look at them as if you are playing Zelda instead of as if you're playing Minecraft. Because in Minecraft, what do? You go and look for a button or a lever or a redstone torch or something like that. And that's not how my puzzles work. My puzzles work where you have to think outside the box. You have to think in ways that you would in a Zelda game as opposed to ways that you would in a Minecraft map. And that's why people get frustrated in some of my maps because they're not thinking the correct way, so to speak. But anyway, so after I saw the pistons, I was like, all right, I'm going to make my map, and I'm now going to design it around, stuff like that. And I actually used pistons quite a bit in my map. My first Kingdom of the Sky. Well, not as much as some of the stuff that you'll see nowadays, but back then, yeah, it was quite a bit. So I was thinking, all right, how am I going to prevent players... Oh, hey, look, it's iron. I haven't been saying that. I haven't been saying, oh, hey, look, it's iron. Well, I guess it would kind of mess up my storytelling if I did that every single time, but... And I've been going past stuff. Like, like, oh, there's some stuff. Oh, but let me just light up this ahead. And then there's some other stuff. It's like, oh, let me just light up this. Let me just light up this. Anyways, so pistons. I was like, all right, so I'm going to start building my map. And when pistons finally get released, then I will include them. And at this time, I tried MC Edit again, and I got it to work. So I was thinking, all right, how do I want... Because I want it to be... I don't want it to be like the other maps, where you can just kind of run off and do whatever you want, and you can lose track of where you're supposed to be. And basically, what I mean by that is, the map has to have some kind of border or some sort of prevention from letting you go outside where the actual story is. Because a lot of maps, they put roads and stuff like that and yada yada. But the problem is, if you don't stay on that road, then you could end up just in regular world generation and completely lost and frustrated that you're not actually in the custom map anymore. You're just off in Minecraft land. So I thought, all right, how am I going to solve this problem? And I thought, well, I could put mountains around, but then what would that do? That would not really stop them because people could still climb them. And I like... My method of making maps and stuff is I like to design it like as if it's its own game. And one of the things that you're doing when you're making a program is you want to make it error-proof, idiot-proof, so that no matter what the player does, you make it so that they can't break what you don't want to be broken. And I gotta say, a lot of... Whoa, hello! That was a surprise I did not want. And I gotta say, though, a lot of big-name developers could and maybe I'm sounding a little egotistical here, but they could probably learn a little bit from me, at least in that design regard, because how many developers... release stuff without testing it or without properly debugging and yada yada. And they end up releasing a game that needs a hotfix on day one. Or in the case of the recent SimCity, the game just doesn't work at all because of stupid decisions or whatever. So, where am I going? I like to make the maps error-proof. So I was thinking, well, if I put mountains, they can climb over the mountains. If I put water, they can just go out and swim in the water. So how can I make an absolute border? Man, that talking is tough, apparently. How do I make an absolute border that will prevent the players from going where I don't want them to go? And I thought, well, I can just make it void. And, ooh, I do not want to fall down there. I'm just waiting for some... I hear skeletons. I'm waiting for a skeleton to come and knock me down there. Where is he? I hear him. So I thought, well, I'll just use... Oh, there's another creeper. I will just use void and make it so that no matter what, they cannot... That is your tomb. They cannot go where I don't want them to go because it's void and you fall and you die. So the only way for them to actually go there is if they fly and cheat. In which case, I don't really care because that's, you know, that's something that I can't prevent. And then that's pretty much how I came about with the story, The Kingdom of the Sky, because when I thought, well, if I'm going to use voids, I can make some cool floaty island looking things. And that kind of spawned the story. So it wasn't that I had thought, you know, I want to do Kingdom of the Sky. It was, how do I make the map error-proof? And that is then what caused the... creation or the birth of the Kingdom of the Sky through necessity, I guess. So, and then, you know, I've made some other maps. After that, I made well, Kingdom of the Sky 1 took me about a month and a half to 2 months to make. It was a pretty big project, and Kingdom of the Sky 2 took me about 5.5, 6 months to make. That is a long time for a map. And Kingdom of the Sky 3, that's going to take a really long time. But thankfully, I have, you know, an awesome build team to help me out with that. And I gotta say, just having a build team, just in general, helps you so much when you're making a map. Because, you know, sometimes people get burnt out or whatever, or you get burnt out, and being able to take a break or share the workload really, really helps. So, I haven't found any more diamonds, and all I hear is lava, which is making me nervous. Well, that and zombies. Lava and zombies. That's all I hear. But how much do I got? I have... Get rid of this junk. I've got an arrow in my head. I've got... three stacks plus a little bit. Got a bunch of coal. And 30 gold. Man, I wish I could, like, macerate this stuff and double it. Oh, Feed the Beast spoils you, I'll tell you that. It really does. It really, really does. Feed the Beast spoils you for Feed the Beast. what I mean by that is, like, once you get something, like I had long fall boots, and then I lost them in a really terrible fight with a wither, and not having them is a real pain. And finally, just today, I got some more. It was actually broken. Well, one, I didn't have any diamonds, so I couldn't make them if I wanted to. So finally, I had to wait till my quarry was done. And then once my quarry was done, turns out the recipe doesn't work. Like, it's broken. But thankfully, Michael had an extra pair, so I bought them off him. Oh. That's dangerous. Oh, ha, ha, ha. Yeah, see, you were trying to knock me in the lava. I knew it. I knew that was going to happen. I knew it. Well, this is dangerous, and I don't want to lose my pickaxes. I don't care about everything else. The pickaxes are just way too valuable. So, I think I have collected just about enough. I am going to head back to my base, wherever that is. I have no idea. I'm just going to probably have to dig up. And I'm going to end this video here. So, thank you for watching. Remember, always blame the controller, because it's never your fault. Oh yes, and if by chance you want to join my build team, just go to blamethecontroller.com or look in the description of this video. I'll be saying it again in about 2 seconds. Hey guys, you might know that I run a Minecraft custom map making build team, and we are currently looking for new people. So if you're good at building, making textures, or animating with programs like Blender or Maya, why don't you apply? You can go to blamethecontroller.com or click the link in the description.